When you look at the state of South Carolina today, we're leading the world in advanced manufacturing. We're building some of the most advanced planes and automobiles anywhere in the world. Our tourism industry is world-renowned. We've become an international destination. Our farmers are using the latest in agriculture techniques to really make South Carolina farmers leaders in their industry. South Carolina has amazing resources. We've got amazing people. We've got amazing opportunities here, but our government hasn't caught up to that. Our government, unfortunately, because of the way it was designed, doesn't allow us to reap those rewards. Our current Constitution was written by people who had the worst of intentions. It was designed to disenfranchise or keep black folks from being able to vote. As society has grown, as it's developed, we have failed to update our government. We haven't moved the structure to something that reflects what our values are today in South Carolina. Right now, the structure that we have is outdated and outmoded. It's not preparing us for the future. We have an opportunity, though, to fix that. Our Constitution does allow for change, and that's, I think, what motivates me and others to say, let's not let another generation go by without stepping up and fulfilling our responsibility. So in my first term in Columbia, I come at it with a fresh set of eyes. And what I've seen is, unfortunately, systemic problems and structural problems that need to be overhauled. I've worked with some of my colleagues to introduce a bill that calls for a new state constitutional convention. Not a new federal constitution, but a new state constitution that addresses how our government works here in South Carolina, because for too long it hasn't been those three co-equal branches of government that you hear about growing up. We have a legislature that dominates every facet of state government and tried to not only make the laws, but implement the laws and sometimes decide the laws. And that doesn't work. We've got to allow the executive branch to implement the laws that our legislature writes. It's time to think of the state as a whole, and how do we best position South Carolina going forward? A rising tide lifts all boats, and our current Constitution has allowed for us, unfortunately, to leave certain parts of our state behind. We're okay under our Constitution with minimally adequate, and I would say not anymore. I think what's so great about a constitutional convention and a new state constitution is that it invites collaboration. It invites participation from people all across South Carolina, not just one district, but all over the state, to solve those problems, whether it's education or energy or the environment. We can't afford to try and solve these problems in little kingdoms and little districts. We've got to come together as a state, and we need a governmental structure that will allow us to do that. And that's what a new Constitution offers us, is a chance to say, hey, we're all in this together. What we're seeking to do is not a small undertaking. There's a reason why we haven't updated our Constitution since 1896. It will require a massive lift from all segments of our society. It's not going to be easy, but I didn't ask to run for office because I thought it would be easy. My colleagues are not here because we thought it would be easy. We're here because we thought that there's an opportunity to better South Carolina and build a framework that will set South Carolina up for success, not just in the 21st century, but the 22nd and 23rd centuries and beyond. The quote's often been attributed to Albert Einstein, but the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Well, I would say it's time to stop doing the same thing over and over. Let's stop the insanity. Let's do something new. Let's create a new constitution in our state that gives us a government that is accountable to the people.